problem. Do bear in mind, I'm not a professional tour guide. So if I do get anything wrong, I do apologise. Okay, I'll try my best though, obviously. We'll start the large building there on our left. The Shire of Glass, the tallest building in Western Europe. Stands over 1,000 feet from that building. 1,000 feet. That's quite cool, isn't it? That building is named Lorenzo. He received no payment for the design. He asked for the penthouse apartment though, which he's sold quite recently for £29 million. Not bad for a couple of triangles. 72nd floor, let's say before, there's a viewing platform. It should cost you around £25 to £30 per annum to go up here. This bridge, London Bridge, where you get the nursery rhyme, London Bridge, is falling down. This is the fifth one. The stand is very hot of the River Thames. So when we saw this one, it was sinking. So it was going to an American and oil tycoon called Robert McCulloch. He took it down, sent it over to America. Does anybody know where in America that bridge is now? Shout it out if you know. Lake Havasu, that's right. In Arizona. A lot of people believe me when I say that. I do like to get some
video كمان مجدي.
On the left, behind the trees, Southwark Cathedral, the second busiest place of worship in the city after St. Paul's. Jonathan Harvard, he was baptised there, the founder of Harvard University in America. Also, on the left, can you see the Tudor galleon there, the back end? The Tudor galleon, a replica of Sir Francis Drake's ship, the Golden Hind. Drake, he was a privateer, a legal pirate, hired by Queen Elizabeth I. Well, we have one for the kids there on the left, one for the adults on the right. Similarly, on the street there, you've got a row of windows. If you have children, cover their eyes actually. You might see some half-naked people in this one here. Luxury health and relaxation spa that. They put it here, tucked out of the way from the prying eyes of the public. Obviously, forgot about the boats going up and down the river, and people like me can point it out every time there we go, folks. I've seen quite some images of those windows, folks. I'll never forget. Thanks to my camera phone. One days I really wish I'd never looked. Horrifying images in there. See on the right here? Brook Wharf, the only working wharf in the city of London. Now most of the city's rubbish is taken here to this depot, put into the grey shipping containers, onto the barge. See that? That's called a lighter. And they're then taken out of the city with tugboats, very powerful tugboats, which eases the congestion on the already very busy London road. There used to be a lot of cargo coming in and out of the city. It was one of the busiest ports in the world at one time, the port of London. Nowadays it's mainly just going from River and Wimmer. Goes all the way down the river to a place called. On the left, this is the area of Bankside. It used to be where you would go on an evening for your entertainment, the entertainment district in London. And there was also a lot of pickpockets and thieves operating in that area. It was called an illegal sport as well, an illegal racket, like bare knuckle boxing, cockfighting and dogfighting. All nicer places there now, mine. Definitely worth having a look around there. A little shops, bars, nice restaurants, nice pubs, And you see that white building there with the timber frame and the thatch roof? A working replica of William Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. In the summer months, from the 23rd of April all the way up to November, beginning of November, you can see Shakespeare's plays there in the traditional way. They're only for £5. That's quite exciting. You get a pint for £5 for a city. You get a full play there, don't you? This bridge, the Millennium Footbridge, also known as the Wobbly Bridge. Some of you might recall on its opening ceremony in June 2000. It was opened that morning by the Queen. A few hours later closed by the police. It was deemed unsafe. What it was doing, the bridge, it was swaying from side to side quite violently. We had people up there holding on for their dear lives. When the architect of the bridge, when he was confronted about the wobble, Sir Norman Foster, he simply turned round and said, a national telly, he said, it's not a five bridge, it's how you people walk here in London. I know, right? £2 million around that. Nearly 2 years later, they'll fix the problem, they've took the fun away, you can walk across there now, it's perfect. Got a set of bridges here now, folks, the Blackfriars bridges. You've got the Blackfriars Rail, the other side, the Blackfriars Road Bridge. In between the two, you'll see the remains, the old red support columns of the London, Chatham and Dover Railway Line, the Alexandra Railway Bridge, the first railway bridge to go across the River Thames. So notice the top of this one, that we can't believe, is full of road, because it must be unsafe for the height and speed of modern day trains. The left from there though, fears if they did remove them, it would undermine the foundation of the bridges on either side. Now the Blackfriars, they do mark the halfway point in our journey from the tower to the Westminster. We're right so far, folks, you can all understand and hear me okay? Yeah, I do try my best. I know you can't all speak English. I'm trying to speak loudly and clearly. Everyone to understand. I don't normally speak like this. I will carry on. You see on the left there, you've got the red brick building. It's got a tower on top, down you could walk, and the famous Oxo Tower. Underneath the glass canopy is home to a very expensive, very famous Harvey Nichols restaurant. I have heard a bottle of water in that restaurant around £18.50. They've got some very old, very expensive rum in there, about £150 a glass. There are other spirits, other things like bourbon and that, around £80 a glass. So you can just imagine the price of the restaurant menu. You do get a nice view of the river, I suppose. It's nice to read. All along the right, it's quite hard to see right now, you can't appreciate it because we're near high water. High water was around 30 minutes ago. So the tide has come right the way up. It's tide on the River Thames, 2 tides a day. Rise and fall between 6 and 8 metres. But on the left, that's the embankment wall. Now the river used to be a lot wider here at this point, but they built the embankment wall there to encase London's sewage system. Before that, up until the 1800s, all of London's rubbish, all of our sewage would just get thrown into the Thames, left to get brought out of the outside. Obviously, it wouldn't though, would it? Because it would just come back in with the air. It used to sit there, fester, and I believe it was 1868. It was a particularly hot summer here in London, and all the rubbish in the Thames, it started to smell very bad. So bad Parliament, apparently they couldn't go to work from the smell. So they employed Sir Joseph Bazalgette, an engineer. Not a lot of people know about this man. They employed him to build London's sewage system. He encased it there until the embankment fall. He built it 10 times the capacity that it needed to be at the time, which is only just exceeded to this day, which I think is quite impressive, really. They were actually about to undergo the works for a new tunnel, the Thames Tideway Tunnel. A lot of the stuff is going to be taken from the Thames and moved in here within the next year. On the right, you've got the long building there, got a green stone on top. That's Somerset House. Originally a vacation home for the Dukes and Earls of Somerset. Also used by the government-owned building as the Registrar General. Carried all the death, birth and marriage records here in the city. Nowadays, in the winter, there is a nice outdoor ice skating rink in the courtyard, and they do have an outdoor theatre there in the summer as well. It's a bit hard to see now. It's behind that coach. There's an archway there, and there's a figure of Father Thames above it on Somerset House. That was the river entrance. So give you an idea of how far the embankment will go. On this bridge, the Waterloo Road Bridge, affectionately known on the River Thames as Ladies' Bridge. The reason for this is where it was built by an 80% female workforce, female labour, during the Second World War. The ladies, they faced the bridge with a self-cleaning Portland stone. So whenever it rains, the bridge gets a good old clean. And the ladies were the first people to ever build a bridge on the River Thames on time and under budget. Right, they're the second longest. So well done to the ladies for that. Up on the right, you see a large clock face, Shell Max House, the biggest clock here in the city. Even bigger than the Great Clocks of Westminster. To put it into perspective to you guys, that minute hand, it's so big and so heavy that it will take 1 full hour to complete a rotation. Coincidentally, the same amount of time it takes some people to get it. The top column there on the right, it's the oldest thing that you'll see today in London. That's Cleopatra's Needle, 3,500 years old, made in Egypt, awarded to the British government by a thankful Egyptian government for the defeat of Napoleon over the River Nile. These bridges, Charing Cross Railway Bridge, over the side of it, the wood graves, the Golden Jubilee. You can put there in commemoration of Queen's Golden Jubilee. Look at people that raise up their folks. They're raising back and keep their hands free. Such as flying in that way. You've got to watch out for.
فيديو تصور.
Over on the left hand side now, got the large observation wheel, London's most visited tourist attraction, the London Eye. Also known as the Wheel of Henley, it's estimated for the London Eye on a hot summer day to bring in around £250,000. It was originally only contracted to stand here for 5 years from the millennium year, but as it brings in so much revenue, so much tourism, you can see it's still standing here 16 years on. 32 pods on the eye, not a random number though. That is one pod for every borough of Greater London. Each pod takes around 25 people, takes around 30 minutes, half an hour to go all the way round. At the top, it says, on the clearest of days, you'll see around 30 miles away. 30 miles in all directions. So you get some nice views at the top of the London. Well, just ahead of us there, folks, you can see more to the right, you've got Westminster Palace, the Houses of Parliament, seat to our British government. On the palace there are two larger towers. The biggest one at the back there, that is the Victoria Tower, named after Queen Victoria. The closer one with the 4 clocks on its face, that's what everybody knows as Big Ben. So that is the St. Stephen's Tower. Big Ben, it is the nickname for the 13.5-ton bell within that tower, nicknamed after the Commissioner of Works at the time of the build, Sir Benjamin. They said he quite resembled the bell, being 5 foot tall, 5 foot round, and really loud. Just as well his name wasn't Richard, eh? You can only hear Big Ben strike on the hour at the 1/4, 1/2, and 1/4. You'll hear the Westminster chimes. So if anybody asks you, if you see Big Ben today on your tour of London, you can tell them no, don't be silly, can't see Big Ben, you can only hear it. And they'll probably never speak to you again. Well, as you can see, we've just slowed the boat down now. We're going to make our way alongside Westminster Pier, folks. So I'm afraid that does bring us to the end of the tour. 2 things whilst we come alongside the pier. Firstly, if you could remain seated until we are all fast and secure. We're getting rocked about a little bit now. Could get a bit worse. I don't want any of you to fall over. So I'm pretty sure most of you will be getting off here for the Palace and the London Eye. If you are, just have a good look around, check under your seats, folks. Make sure that you haven't forgotten anything. I don't want you to ruin your day, okay? First of all, I would just like to thank you all for your kind attention. I know that not everybody here has understood me, but we have all sat there very patiently, very quietly, and let the other passengers enjoy it. As I said before, I'm not a professional tour guide, I'm just a member of crew on this ship. Fortunately, I can only speak one language, but I do try my best and speak as loudly and clearly to you all. Unfortunately, they don't do it necessary to hire tour guides. They think that the audio guides will do the trick. But not us, not on this boat. We think people prefer it a lot more when someone comes out here and shares a few words. We don't charge for this service, obviously not. It would be a bit unfair, as you haven't all understood what I've said. It's quite clear, because people are still wandering around the boats. So if you have enjoyed my efforts here today, you're more than welcome to show your a token of appreciation as you leave the boat in the old Thames tradition of the captain's champagne bucket. So you can throw in a couple of bob into the buckets and it will be greatly appreciated. Don't worry if you don't know what a couple of bob is. Now, for your convenience, we do also take credit cards, blank cheques, single ladies' telephone numbers, and of course a good old pound. Well, folks, the most important thing, whatever the outcome, is that you've enjoyed yourselves today. So have you enjoyed yourselves, everyone? Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your stay in London. Thank you for